Are you looking for a beautifully detailed crochet stitch to try? If you are, the Almond Ridges Stitch and Crochet might just be the one you're looking for. It adds this beautiful waved detail. It looks great in multicolored yarn and in solid colored yarn, and it actually works up really quickly. I'm Rachel from Hope Corner Farm, and by day I'm a home ec teacher who teaches hundreds of students how to crochet. And if you're ready to learn how to crochet the Almond Ridges stitch, let's grab a hook and some yarn and we'll get crocheting. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the bell so you get notifications of when I post new videos, and don't forget to give me some feedback on this video. Give me a like or a comment, let me know what I did well or things that I could improve upon. So for the Almond Ridges stitch, you're going to need to know a few crochet stitches to complete it. Now if you're a little fuzzy on most of these, you could check out some links I have below that take most of these stitches a lot slower and in more details. I am going to try and demonstrate them slowly for you. First off, you're going to have to know how to chain. You're going to have to know how to slip stitch. You're going to have to know how to half double crochet stitch. You're going to have to be able to back loop slip stitch as well as back loop half double crochet stitch. And that's all it takes to be able to crochet the Almond Ridges stitch. Today's crochet tutorial is written using US crochet terms. I want to point out that this is a very one-sided crochet stitch. This is the front side of your work or the right side of your work. And this is the back side or the wrong side of your work. So it definitely has a one-sided look if you want that almond ridge stitch to pop. For today's tutorial, you're going to need to gather a few things. So first off, I'm going to use a size J 6.0 millimeter crochet hook. I'm going to use some size 4 medium weight yarn in this teal color, and you'll probably need a pair of scissors at the very end. So you begin the Almond Ridges stitch by chaining in multiples of 8 plus 5. So what that means is you're going to chain your multiple of 8 first. So right now I have chained 16, which is my multiple of 8. After getting your desired multiple of 8, you then add 5 stitches at the very end. So now that I've chained 16, my multiple of 8, I'm going to chain 5 more. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which now takes my stitch count up to 21. So after chaining your multiple of 8 plus 5, we're going to begin in row 1 by working into the second chain from the crochet hook. Into that second chain, we're going to slip stitch. And then we're going to slip stitch in the next 3. So we are in essence slip stitching across the first 4 stitches. So I've slip stitched 4 times. Now we're going to half double crochet 4 times. So we're going to place 1 half double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. So I've half double crocheted 4 times. And then we're going to repeat. We're going to slip stitch 4 times. And then we're going to half double crochet 4 times. When you get to the end of the row, you're going to have 4 stitches left and you're going to slip stitch in those 4 stitches. So this row starts with 4 slip stitches and ends with 4 slip stitches. So I'm going to slip stitch 4 times to complete this row. And that's a completed row 1. For row 2, we begin by chaining 1, and then we turn our work. Into the very first stitch, we're going to regular slip stitch. So that means I'm picking up both legs of that stitch from the previous row from the top of the stitch, and I'm going to slip stitch in there. I do a regular slip stitch to start and end this row because I feel like it makes it less gappy on the sides. Now for the rest of the row until we get to the last stitch, we're going to work into the back loops only. So we're going to back loop slip stitch across the next 3 stitches. So we're going to come down from the top, angle, and go towards the back and pick up that back loop only, and we're going to slip stitch. We're going to repeat. We're going to back loop slip stitch in the 3rd one, and then we're going to back loop slip stitch in the 4th one. Now we're going to back loop half double crochet across the next 4 stitches. So we yarn over, picking up the back loop is the exact same way. We go down, angle to the back, picking up just that back loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and we're going to repeat across the next 3 stitches. We back loop, half double crochet 4 times in a row. And we're going to repeat until we only have 4 stitches remaining for the row. So I'm going to back loop slip stitch 4 times, and then I'm going to back loop half double crochet stitch 4 times until there are 4 stitches remaining for the row. So I'm going to hurry to the end of this row and I'll show you how to finish it. Yet again, I should end this row with slip stitches. So we're going to back loop slip stitch across 3 of them, and then in the final stitch we're going to just regular slip stitch. So again, we back loop slip stitch 3 times. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then in the very last stitch, we want to pick up both loops of that last slip stitch. And sometimes it's kind of hard to see, especially on this very second row. But you want to make sure to pick up both of those legs from the top of the stitch, because that is going to make a straighter edge. And we're just going to regular slip stitch in the end. And that completes row 2. Now row 3, we're going to start a little differently. So we're going to start by chaining 1 and turning our work. Yet again, we're going to work a regular stitch in the very first one to keep our edge straight, but this time it's a regular half double crochet. So we start with a regular half double crochet where I'm picking up both of the loops of that stitch, and I'm going to work my regular half double crochet. Now I'm going to back loop half double crochet across the next 3 stitches. So I yarn over, go down, pick up that back loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3. I'm going to do that 2 more times here. Then I'm going to back loop slip stitch across the next 4. So this row is the exact opposite of row 2. Wherever I slip stitched in row 2, I am now going to half double crochet, and vice versa. And remember, everything except for the first and the last stitches of the row are worked into the back loop only. So now I'm going to back loop slip stitch. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to back loop half double crochet across the next 4. So here's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now I'm going to back loop slip stitch across the next 4. Now you are going to end this row with half double crochets, just like you started it. So if you start a row with half double crochets, you're going to end it with half double crochets. And if you start a row with slip stitches, you're going to end it with slip stitches. And remember, all of the stitches except for the very last one are worked into the back loop only. Now I have 4 stitches remaining, so I'm going to work 3 back loop half double crochets. And then the last stitch is just going to be a regular half double crochet where I pick up both of those loops from that last stitch. And that completes row 3. Row 4 is a repeat of row 3, so we chain 1 and we turn. We place a regular half double crochet in the first stitch, and then we back loop half double crochet across the next 3 stitches. Now we're going to back loop slip stitch across the next 4 stitches. So here is 1, 2, 3, and 4 back loop slip stitches. And we're going to keep repeating where we go 4 back loop half double crochets followed by 4 back loop slip stitches until we have 4 stitches remaining for the row. And now I have 4 stitches remaining for the row. Just be aware that because I only chain 1, that last stitch slants just a little bit, but that helps me get a straighter edge with a half double crochet by only chaining 1 and then working into that slanted stitch. So we've got 4 stitches remaining here, and what we're going to do is we're going to back loop half double crochet across 3 of them. So here's 1, 2, and 3. And then in the very final stitch, again, it kind of slants here at the end. I'm going to work a regular half double crochet, picking up both of those loops, and I work that regular half double crochet. And that completes row 4. For row 5, we begin by chaining 1 and turning our work. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to starting with a slip stitch and then half double crocheting. So each one of these little kind of waves and ridges is 2 rows worth of work. So we've got 2 rows here, 2 rows here, and that's how we develop the pattern. After chaining 1 and turning, I'm going to start with a regular slip stitch in the first stitch, and then I'm going to back loop slip stitch across the next 3. So here's 1, 2, 3 back loop slip stitches. Now we're going to work 4 back loop half double crochet stitches. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4 back loop half double crochet stitches. And I'm going to keep alternating. I'm going to go 4 back loop slip stitches followed by 4 back loop half double crochet stitches until I get to the last 4 stitches of the row. Now I've got 4 stitches remaining for the row. So again, I'm going to back loop slip stitch into 3 of them. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then in the very last stitch, we're just going to regular slip stitch, picking up both of the loops. And that completes row 5. For row 6, we start by chaining 1 and turning. Row 6 is the last new row for this pattern. So for row 6, we're going to start with a regular slip stitch in the first, and then we're going to back loop slip stitch across the next 3, 2, 3 back loop slip stitches. Then we're going to back loop half double crochet across the next 4. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then for the remainder of this row, we're going to alternate 4 back loop slip stitches followed by 4 back loop half double crochets. Now I'm to the end of my row and I have 4 stitches remaining. So I'm going to back loop slip stitch into 3 of them. So here is 1, 2, 3 back loop slip stitches, and then in the final stitch, we're going to work a regular slip stitch. Now for the remainder of your project, you're going to keep alternating rows 3, 4, 5, and 6. Once you finish 6, you go back and do a repeat of 3. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, until you get to the end of your project. So because I just finished a repeat of row 6, I would then go to row 3, which was my starting with a half double crochet, and then back loop half double crocheting, and then alternating the slip stitches and the half double crochets that way. Remember, whenever your row starts with a half double crochet, it should end with a half double crochet. So if you half double crochet in the first 4 stitches, your last 4 stitches should be half double crochet stitches. Same thing with a slip stitch. If your first 4 stitches are slip stitches, your last 4 stitches should be slip stitches as well. Now, as far as a finishing row goes for the Almond Ridges stitch, I like to end with a repeat of row 6, because then what that does is it makes this wave match up with this wave match up with this wave. So if you end with a row 6, you are going to get the matching waves. Now, if that doesn't matter to you, you can end wherever you would like. I would recommend either ending on a row 4 or a row 6, because then you get the full ridge or full wave by ending with either a row 4 or a row 6. But again, I prefer to end with a row 6, because then that's going to match up my waves and it makes things a little bit more even. And that's how to almond ridge stitch and crochet. I hope you guys found this tutorial helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the bell so you get notifications of when I post new videos. And if you're looking for another fun crochet stitch to try, you could check out my wide chevron stitch tutorial right here. And I hope you have a wonderful day.